American religion. How American religion created an American identity and why American religion is so extremely important to some Americans in the discourse of national politics. The Baptist. The Baptist movement began in England in the 17th century as part of a protest to infant baptism. In the United States, the Northern and Southern Baptists separated in 1845 over the issue of whether slave owners could be missionaries. Today, there are 30 million Baptist followers in the United States. The largest denominational group is the Southern Baptist Convention, with 16.2 million followers, 53%. The Southern Baptist Convention is known for its social conservative stances, and many of its members are evangelicals or fundamentalists. The National Baptist Convention USA Incorporated, the National Baptist Convention of America, and the Progressive National Baptist Convention are all African American organizations. Black Baptists account for 10 million followers, 34%. Methodists are 12.4 million followers in the United States. 8.3 million are members of the United Methodist Church. The black-based African Methodist Episcopal Church accounts for 2.5 million followers. Mormons are 5.4 million members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The founder was Joseph Smith in 1827. According to the Mormons, young Smith had received a vision from God to establish the Mormon Church. In the 1840s, the Mormon Church had grew and many of its members sought to move west to Utah to avoid conflict with other religious groups. This they did under the leadership of Brigham Young. Today in the state of Utah, many Mormons occupy elected government positions. Lutheran, the largest Protestant group in the world, with 60 million followers worldwide, 8.1 million right here in the United States. 5.5 million belong to the Evangelical Lutheran Church of America. Jehovah's Witnesses are about 5 million worldwide and less than 1 million in the United States. Jewish is 6.2 million in the United States. Eastern Orthodox are 4.1 million in the United States. Islam accounts for 5.4 million in the United States, and some sources indicate that Islam is the largest growing religion today in the United States. Pentecostals account for 11.5 million, Presbyterians account for 4 million, and Roman Catholics are 66.4 million followers in the United States. Catholicism is the most populous religious group in the United States today. Catholicism is a major denomination within the Christian faith. The Pope has supreme authority over the church and supreme authority over the hierarchy of bishops and priests who practice celibacy. Catholicism differs from other Christian denominations in which they believe in salvation through merit and grace. They also believe in Mary, Mother of Jesus. As the Virgin Mary, she holds high status in the Roman Catholic ideology. Although Catholics were the first group of Christians, Protestants had separated from them during the Reformation in the 1500s, led by Martin Luther. Protestants went on to create many denominations, and today the many Protestant denominations collectively are the dominant Christian group in the United States. Buddhist, a religion born in present-day Nepal, about 563 BC, that's before Christ, has 2.9 million practitioners in the United States today. The Amish, a group that separated from the European Mennonite Church, a strict fundamentalist group known for their isolation and the shunning of modern-day technology. The Amish immigrated to North America in the early 17th century and are known to speak a language known as Pennsylvania Dutch. The largest group of Amish settlements are in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Iowa, Illinois, and Kansas. Religion. 225 million Americans say they are Christian. 39 million Americans say they are non-religious or secular, and 3 million say they are agnostic or atheist. In the search for religious freedoms, many Europeans found refuge in North America from religious persecution back in Europe. Eventually, the settlements of thousands of Europeans in North America would give rise to an American identity. The Puritans founded New England, Maryland's first were English Catholics, and William Penn established Pennsylvania for the Quakers. The birth of American religion. In the 1740s, there was the First Great Awakening. People of faith began questioning and demanding a more comprehensive church doctrine. Parishioners were questioning the preacher's response to their commitment and devotion to the church. This led to the Protestant branches of Christianity religion to break up into many denominational groups. The Christian church had many dissenters. This was a period known as the First Great Awakening. The Second Great Awakening started in 1820, but most of it took place during the period of 1829 through 1837. That was the era of Andrew Jackson's presidency. This was a period when people demanded a more democratic government. People questioned slavery on moral and religious grounds. Puritans, who believed politicians should rule by God's will, questioned politicians' religious consciousness, as they believed all humanity is damned unless saved by God. Many Puritans became political office holders. The Great Awakening reached the black population in the North, where they did not have full civil rights, and in the South, where blacks were still in bondage. The Quakers were among the very first religious group to question slavery. The Great Awakening, this was the Second Great Awakening, spread across both racial lines and across state lines.